guys remember this viral video I did a couple of years ago that breaks down the ages and stages of parenting? I just realized motherhood has the same stages. And it looks like this. It looks like this image right here. This is ages 0 to 6, when your kids are in the acid trip years and you're just figuring out what it looks like to be a mother. And your lines are really blurred between the old you and the new version of you, and it's really hard to differentiate where the beginning and the ends are. And then you move into the second one, in the literal years, where you are trying to, you finally got a break. You got a break. You got some sleep at this point, and now you're finally starting to see like this new version of you, the new person who has grown in motherhood, and you're starting to get to know her a little bit more. But at the same time, it's not like the lines aren't filled in. Like there's still so much more to learn, but you feel like you have your feet under you a little bit here. And then up here, this is ages 13 to 18, and we call these the takeover years, where you are your kids are taking over feeding and care of themselves slowly over those 5 years until they can launch into the world, which means it's like going to the gym for the first time, and you're trying to teach your kids how to do all of the things in the gym, but you know that you can't go too fast or they're going to get hurt, but you also can't go too slow because then they'll lose interest and they're not actually going to be gaining. Like, you just have to give the appropriate weight for where they're at. That's basically these years. And then up here, this is 18 to 25, and this is like the coaching years, where basically they're on the field, they're by themselves, you're on the sidelines, and you're hoping that all the things you did all along, all before the season started, are actually going to get them to the Super Bowl. Sorry, dog chaos. But anyway, so this is the coaching years, and this is where like motherhood comes into full view. So like here, you're really starting to see, oh, I see what the vision was all along, but it's kind of scary because now there's a really stark contrast between like the you as a mother and the you as an entire person. It hasn't yet fully merged. It doesn't fully merge until your kids are adults. And that's really hard to understand until your kids are adults, and then it makes sense. And that's what this is. You can see that it's finally filled in, and you realize, oh, this was what I was supposed to do. Now here's the key. Here's the key. One, when you become this person and you get it fully filled in, you need to reach down to these moms. This is where the tribe of motherhood comes in. It's these moms stopped reaching out to these moms. And these moms thought that these moms actually let them down, and they didn't want them to speak into their lives because these moms weren't doing the work to be able to actually have that filled in well. Which brings me to the second part of this. In each of these stages of motherhood, your kids are a certain age that you have once been, which means if there was something that you needed to work on in yourself, and your kids are that age, like that inner child work, that you want to step back into that age and say, you know, let me be the 5-year-old version of myself again. Let me be the 8-year-old version of myself again, and let myself learn and create and play in that same way. Your kids are able to bring you back to that place to give you the grace to be able to heal in a safe space, which means you become a better person, and you have a flashlight. Sorry, 5-year-old with a flashlight. Anyway, you can become a better parent to them, which means at this point, you are a good enough human that they when they're here, they actually want you to pour into them. And that I think is the ages and stages of motherhood. That makes sense, right? It makes sense to me. There's so much more to unpack here because really this is like a new revelation to me. But I can see it so clearly now, and I'm really excited because this gives me like a whole new thing to think about and mull over for, I don't know, the next decade.